My name is Kaden Cooper. I'm a film title designer. I was born in Swampscott, Massachusetts. I founded Imaginary Forces, but now own Prologue Films. And this is the art of the title. I always really liked title sequences. I always really liked TV title sequences. All growing up, I was watching TV shows and I was really getting into the title sequences.
What makes a good title sequence is when the lights go down in the theater and you see this thing come out that immediately grabs your attention and it tells you you're in for something excellent. It gets you excited for the movie and they're memorable. It's made to be in the service of the movie, but the best ones can stand on their own.
I was working at a design company, Lang Laboratories Corporate Communications Department. We would bring in work to show, examples of books or good graphic design. And someone brought in a group of main titles, and I saw The Dead Zone by R. Greenberg Associates in Altered States, and they just kind of blew me away. And that made me want to be a main title designer, even though I hadn't yet gone to graduate school. I was working as an intern, trying to learn how to be a graphic designer, and I saw these titles that inspired me to start my career in title design. Paul Rand turned out to be my mentor. He's a world-class American modernist graphic designer, and I was lucky enough to have him as a teacher or as a mentor when I was in Yale graduate school. He was a good mentor and he was a good man. He became one of the most significant influences in my life. But it was funny, he'd say, I didn't make myself a designer, God did. When I started doing this, I wanted to make horror films, or like horror titles. I've always been interested in monsters and science fiction. And so I collect these. And I just save them, and I save books. I can't bring myself to throw away books. Books contain ideas, and that's where I go to look. I had this book collection before the internet, but I have some sources that I go to for inspiration. I'm very inspired by other artists. I'm very inspired by books and just life, the things you notice in life. Joseph Cornell is a painter. He paints those giant pointillistic faces. But he had a quote that said, inspiration is for amateurs. And what he's saying is, instead of spending all this time trying to find inspiration, looking in books, scanning things in Photoshop, going on Pinterest, he's saying just get down to it and get your hands in the dirt and just make something.